Harry was eager to begin the Anti-Dementor lessons Professor Lupin had promised him.
What's wrong? That cat's got it in for Scabbers. I swear it heard me say that Scabbers was in my pocket, and it went for him. Anyway, where are you going?
The History of Magic classroom on the 4th floor. Professor Lupin sent me a note. He's going to teach me how to fend off Dementors.
That sounds fascinating. Can we come along?
Can't see any reason why not. Let's go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban on the PlayStation 2 Let's Play. This is part 10, and we just returned the potion vault case to the notice board for 10 house points. The next thing to find is a pair of dragonhide gloves in the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom. So yeah, it's another night mission, and as you all know by now, I love the night missions. The night missions are like my favorite part of the Harry Potter games, just in general. So and also, as I said in a few parts back, we're now going to have our Anti-Dementor lesson. You can tell by the loading screen, and it looks very scary. And I'm going to tell you, the Anti-Dementor lesson is actually quite scary. So yeah, so we have to meet up with Professor Lupin in the what's the classroom called again? In a classroom on the 4th floor. I can't remember the name of the classroom. History of Magic classroom. So we're going to take the shortcut to the 4th floor, obviously, and now we can finally do this little thing over here, which I've told you about before the last time we were here. So firstly, you just want to take out the pixies, and then when you have taken them out, this Carpe Retractum thing will appear. So now that we have the Carpe Retractum spell, just equip it with Harry, and then we can go over here. It's actually quite difficult to aim at this one. I wasn't able to aim at it, so I just used the spell like that. You can do that as well. And over here is a chest with a wizard card in. I do remember what kind of wizard card this is. This is one of the wizard cards, and it's actually a Dumbledore. We have now completed the wizard card set, and Harry's endurance or health has increased, so he's got more health now. So that's good. So let's just get off this area. We are going to do some exploring on the 4th floor before we enter the History of Magic classroom, just so we can get some extra stuff and things like that. Collecting, you know. It's always good to collect a few things. Even though I'm not going to collect everything in this game, even though I could, I'm not going to do that. But I think you guys are fine with that, I believe. So I was going to use the Snuff Before spell to take out these books right here, but for some reason they wouldn't come out of the bookshelf. I have no idea why, but I wanted to take them out because I think you get a wizard card from it or something like that. So that was a little bit annoying. We might do it some other time. We might do it, perhaps. I love this floor. I love the fireplace over there. But we don't need to do anything else here. So let's go into the 4th floor corridor. There are a few things to do here, and we're going to need Ron for a few of them. So let's get out our sting pellets. We only have 2, but that's just about enough for the 2 of them on this floor. There's one of them.
Come on. It's not fair to keep Professor Lupin.
And I don't need more sting pellets. So I don't know why I'm searching for them. You might, if some of you have played this game before and you know about the Anti-Dementor lesson, some of you might want to get some Wiggenwell potion just to boost your health, but I don't really need it.
To show Harry.
Yeah, I don't need any more stink pellets, so I don't know why I'm searching for them. But I did actually find one, so that's good. I actually went inside the hospital wing now because I, for some reason, thought that there is one of those stink pellet things in here, but there's not. There will be a missing item in the hospital wing later on in the game, but there's no sting pellet things. So there was no need to come in here, and we won't be in here anymore. So let's just exit. Outside of the hospital wing on the 4th floor corridor, there is actually a statue for Hermione to collect for her statue list. So we will do that once we get out. Yeah, this loading screen is quite scary, and the Anti-Dementor lesson is scary too. So let's switch to Hermione and get this statue. And we have more things with Ron to do. Let's get out the Lumos spell. It's actually called Lumos Duo in this game. So there's a crystal ball over here, so you all know what to do. Just aim at it and cast Lumos.
We're wasting too much
And that will
time.
shoot you one of these eyes right over there, and that will open a secret room in the wall. And inside here is just a chest with, I think, a fully Brutai page. No, a wizard card. I was wrong. So collect that, and there's just one more wizard card to collect before we can enter the History of Magic classroom.
Professor Lupin's going to show
It's
Harry.
right over here on this corridor.
Yeah.
But now we will enter the History of Magic classroom for the Anti-Dementor lesson with Professor Lupin.
Ah, Harry, I see you brought your friends. The spell I am going to try and teach you is called the Patronus charm. It conjures up a Patronus, a kind of guardian that acts as a shield between you and the Dementor. What I want you to do is to go in there and bring back the spell book containing the Patronus charm. You will face a Boggart, a creature that assumes the form of the thing you most fear, which for you, Harry, is that of a Dementor. Good luck.
So here we are inside the Anti-Dementor, I don't know what to call this, spell challenge maybe? It's kind of like a spell challenge. When Harry entered this challenge, he went through that wardrobe, and that really made me think of Narnia. It's almost like we're entering Narnia, but believe me, it's not the same thing.
Done it.
We're going to be using a lot of the Carpet Retractum spell inside here, so make sure you have that equipped. If you don't have it equipped, you won't be able to do the challenge anyway, so we're going to be moving a lot of these things around. Just place them into these small hole thingies, like so. And now we'll enter into this big room. here we go with the Boggart, which has transformed itself into a Dementor. So this is why the challenge is quite scary. And also this will happen many times throughout the challenge. Basically, what you have to do right now is that you just have to use Copper Attractum to move yourself all over this huge room. And what you have to do is that you have to, just as we did in the other room, you have to place those blocks into those things. You have to do that 4 times, and then you'll be able to enter into another room with the spell book. And the Dementor will be following you around the room, so it is actually quite scary. I remember playing this game, playing this part of the game when I was younger, and it really scared the crap out of me. It's actually quite scary. So yeah, it's one of the highlights of the game actually, because it's so scary. And this is basically what you have to do 4 times. Each time you do that, it will open a layer of the door. So 4 times you have to do that. And that's basically the challenge actually. It's not really that... the challenge isn't really that exciting, to be honest. It's kind of the same thing over and over, but it's still interesting though. I think it's quite interesting, even though it's quite repetitive and at times boring. So these Copper Attractum things, I don't know what to call them, but you know, the ones that we use the spell on to drag ourselves over. They're not to be trusted. They will like go down and come out again at like random moments. So you just have to go all over the place and look for one that's open that you can use basically. I had to do that many times. And I think it's so annoying when the Dementor keeps doing this. So if you're not able to open the doors, you will basically at one point die, because the Dementor will of course take away health. Not only will you lose health when it's sucking out of you, but you will also lose health when it's in your presence. If you keep looking at Harry's health, you will actually notice that his health is going down when the Dementor is quite close. So that's quite interesting actually. So let's go over here and place this into that. And now we only have one more to do before the door is completely open. And that one is just across from the one we were at just now. So I'm trying to be a bit quick because I want to get out of this room. And actually this challenge went quite quickly for me this time around. I remember other times that I play this game, it's like taken a lot of time to do this. But this time it didn't. Went quite quick. We went right through the Dementor right there. And it keeps attacking Harry all the time. This room is quite scary though. Just look at the statues around here, the green smoke coming from the depths beneath us. Oh, that was really scary. It keeps dragging you. So get across here and place the last one of these blocks into the lock mechanism, I believe it is. And now we can quickly go over to that door and enter through it and escape from the Dementor. Or it's actually a Boggart though. That will happen every time you go across that block, but it will only happen when you're on your way to the door. So it's not like something that happens just this time when I was playing it. It happens every time. So let's go through here. And there's the Dementor. You will hear the door closing when you get through, and get over here and collect your spell book.
Got it! The Patronus spellbook!
So now we have the Expecto Patronum spell. So let's equip it. Right there, and this is the coolest spell in the game. Carpet Retractum is a very cool spell too, but I love this because you can just steer it around, just use it to defeat the Dementor, and that's basically the video. In the next video we will do a lot of exciting things. See you then.